great question. Thank you for it. I'm not sure if I talked about HELOCs on here yet, and I was going to get to it, but now let's just jump in. Okay, let's talk about it. So for me, this is about maybe 5 or 6 years ago. I didn't know much about the HELOCs. The way it was explained to me didn't come across as appealing, you know. So I decided to get a second mortgage. So I got the second mortgage. It was like 15 years, and at that time too, I hadn't seen any great deals, any good property I wanted to jump into. So I was like, okay. So we get the second mortgage. I take the money. I make some moves. Everything's all good. Fast forward 5-6 years later, I ended up learning about this group. I know they're on YouTube. I'm sure he's probably on TikTok as well. But he has something that's called Melanin Money. He was given a workshop because I was concerned about capital gains, taxes, things of that nature as my business started to really grow. Took his class. The class is about $300 to $400 for the workshop. And he talks about HELOCs. He talks about capital gains and taxes and all the good stuff that I wanted to learn about. And at that point, I was like, dang, I probably should have done a HELOC. Because the way he explained it was totally different than how it had been explained to me before. That was my bad. I take accountability for that. I was learning through it from friends and things of that nature. I never really talked to a banker or anything like that. Plus, I was just kind of starting out with trying to do flips and all that good stuff. I did do the HELOC because I wasn't in the position to do one. I mean, I could have got one, but I wasn't going to have that much equity to kind of move around and do the things that I wanted to do. Plus, I was going to use some of that money to pay, you know, this thing. It was just too much. And sometimes you can end up with 3 loans, the HELOC, the second mortgage, and the first. So it just wasn't a smart move for me to make. So that's why I did not do the HELOC. That's one, the first part to kind of answer your question too. It was smart for me to sell my property, right? Because, you know, it was just smart. I mean, whoever the person that's going to buy it is going to pay out loan 1 and 2, right? Mortgage 1 and 2. And the money left over I use to put down another property. One of the things I tell you guys on here is get attached to nothing. I don't care about selling property. That even being my home doesn't bother me. Get used to not getting attached to things, these material things. I look at it as more money. Now, moving sucks. I can tell you that. I mean, moving sucks. So now I don't even buy a lot of stuff to put into a house because I never know when a deal's going to come and I may have to sell property, rent that property, make some moves.